So the first thing I started doing was making the character, and for some reason the animations weren't working the way I wanted it to, so I ended up spending like 2 hours just trying to fix it and like re-rig it. Nothing seemed to work, but luckily I had a backup file, and somehow that worked. I don't know. I wanted the player to be able to ADS, so I got to work on some quick animations that I got from Bracky's tutorial. Turns out it was a bit harder than I thought, and I couldn't get it to where I pressed the right click button, so now whenever I hold it, it works. So I'm pretty proud of that. And just in case you're wondering, I watched this tutorial by Geek on how to create a low poly character. It's a pretty great tutorial, and I'll leave a link in the description for it. Another thing I really wanted to do was add sprinting and ADSing, and as you know in FPS games, whenever you ADS and sprint, the ADS movement stops, so I quickly got to work on that. I had a few issues, but I ended up making it so that whenever you hold a button, it stays ADSing, and whenever you let it go, it un-ADSes. It took me a while to get this, but I watched a really good Bracky's tutorial that I will also leave in the description for you guys. So, as you guys can see, I can walk, I can sprint, and I could ADS, and when I ADS, my sprint speed decreases. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm really happy with it. So I also wanted to add recoil animations, so I quickly got to work on that. This was rather difficult, and it took quite some time, but as you can see, I got it to work. Yeah, the hardest part about it was like getting the functions to work right, as you guys can see. I'll show the script.